All right, so the 50, 30, 20 is as follows. 50% of, this is the budget method, is a guideline so that you can follow. It doesn't mean that your expenses have to fall into these buckets. It's just a guideline, right? But 50% represents your needs or your essentials. Think about needs, things to survive, right? Things you need to survive. Then we have 30%, which would go towards your wants. These are things that you are in full control over. And if it does not happen, you will still live. All right. If you don't eat that fast food, you can still cook. All right. There are options. And then you have 20%, which is savings, money for your future self, which are either savings or extra debt payments.
Okay, yes. Question. Can that 20% also go to retirement accounts?
Yeah, so when we say savings here, with savings would
Okay.
encompass retirement planning, investing,
Okay.
emergency plan planning, etc. Yeah, so
Okay.
all that would be there.
Okay. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay. All right. So the first range would be the low income persons, and so between 1,500 to 2,000. So if there was a person and that had that income range, what can they do to honestly grow that or manage that well?
15, to be honest, 1,500 to 2,000 really is not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many different variables here because they will be asking in regards to transportation, or they catching the bus,
Mm-hmm.
or do they have a vehicle? But a vehicle payment in itself will take up a lot of that money. So what it would say normally at a lower income level, it would be to look for ways to earn, not even cut back. It doesn't make sense because in many instances you really don't have anything to cut back on. So what it would say is that, so you look for some ways in which you can earn money. This is where there's something they call time, talent, treasure. So a time would be, if you're working a 9 to 5 job, what additional extra hours or time can I designate to a side hustle, right? Or a part-time job, whatever the case may be that you can earn on the side. How much time can I designate to that, or designate towards that? And then the talent would be, what do I have in my hand? What am I good at that people come to me for, and I can monetize that skill set and make money from it?
Mm-hmm.
Then the treasure would be, what do people need help with, and I already have that expertise and I can just do the function. So it would be to look for ways in which to earn, because really and truly with that income, especially in a society where that there's high cost of living, that would not be sufficient, especially if you have children. Just added some other things in the mixer. If you are a single person, you might be able to get away, but how the food prices set up these days, I still think you should still look to earn, because one income stream honestly is too close to zero. So you need to find something else in addition to what it is that you're earning from a job. Right? So it would be the focus would be to earn more income. I can't say cut back, because I honestly believe at that level, you already taken up a lot with your essentials or your needs. What it would say as well too, do not get into that unnecessarily, because that will only eat up what it is that you're making.
Yeah. So when you say debt, what types of debt like do you mean?
But the main type of debt that a lot of people struggle with is credit card debt. And this is across the board though. So regardless of income level, even those who make big money, when they say big money, 10,000 and going up that line, people struggle with credit card debt.
Yeah.
Period. Right? Regardless of income level. So, but what I find, especially for persons who are at the lower end though, remember they can't go and get a loan that will have a high payback. So you will find persons normally going for higher purchase agreements, where they go pay little $6 or whatever a week, because they can't afford to pay the higher end of that. Or you will find persons going to pay their lender. I don't want to call names, but these agencies that will charge 30 somebody percent a year in interest and 60 somebody percent, these things exist, right? So they will target persons who make a low income, because traditionally they don't earn enough to get a loan from a bank. They don't earn sufficient to really get a traditional loan. So they would then seek to do the same. They would get a store card, even those store cards as well, and which can be like a credit card in some instances.
Yeah. Yeah.
And use those to rack up as well. So again, I don't want to call them traps because my thing is there are products, and if they are used well, they can work for you. But
Yeah.
if you don't earn sufficient, the main thing people will do when they don't earn enough money is to get a product that has money on it and they use it like if it's theirs. That
Yeah.
is where people fall short.
Mhm. Okay.
That is the trap people fall short in. I can tell you that. Right? So
That's
I would
true.
say for sure. So you don't end up like you don't end up down that road. It would be to
Mhm.
look for ways in which you can earn something
Mhm.
using what you have, right? Using your time, your talent, or your treasure.